Today we're going to talk about the things to see and do in Rockport, Texas. So come along with me on this journey through a town here on the Gulf Coast. Welcome to Hugo's Highways and Byways. The last 5 years I've been RVing across the United States. Most of my time in the Dust Bowl states of Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Colorado, and New Mexico. Although I'm sort of like Waldo. You'll never know where I'll show up. I've been to 48 states and 11 countries on 6 continents. I want to bring you the best accommodations, restaurants, attractions, road trip plans, and historical insights of communities across the world. So get off the interstate and explore, because every city has a story to tell. Okay, I've made 4 trips through Rockport in the last 5 years. It is a half-hour east of Corpus Christi, Texas, about 3 hours south of Austin, and I think 2.5 hours west of Houston. This time I'll be discussing both the towns of Rockport and Fulton. As we started off driving down towards the ocean on Market Street, you will see here on the right is a sign that says Cool Coast Camp. And originally it was spelled with K's and was a place for Ku Klux Klan members to vacation. I apologize for the rain in this video. I didn't get out and film in this area on the nicer days. There's 2 great shops that I like going to here. One is John Martell Photography, and then there's also a place called Oh My. And then you will see here on the right coming up, all this construction is for the Rockport Center for the Arts. Originally it was destroyed in Hurricane Harvey, and they are now rebuilding a 22,000 square foot center, and the construction started in February of 2021. The estimated cost for the center is $8.7 million for the building, and they also spent $900,000 for the land. It is set to hold regular art exhibits, classes, performances, and lectures, and will be a great addition to the community. There are 2 museums in the area that I recommend you go visit. The first is the Maritime Museum of Texas. It has large collections and shows what the boating and maritime history of Texas is. They were shut down after Hurricane Harvey, and they put in $500,000 worth of repairs, and I believe they were opened back up in about 6 months afterwards. They have a really nice library of maritime books there. The other place I recommend you go visit is the Fulton Mansion. It was built by George W. Fulton, who had a large ranching and meatpacking empire in the area. They originally called it Oakhurst, and it was built in 1874 to 1877. Over the years, it was eventually turned into an RV park in the 60s and 70s, where they parked the RVs out in front of the house. It was sold to the state of Texas in 1976 and restored and opened to the public in 1983. After Hurricane Harvey, it was closed for 2 years, and they did a $1 million restoration to bring it back to its original beauty. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the things to do in the area. And I start off with the Rockport Rookery at 1401 Broadway Street. It is a 9-acre park set aside for nesting birds. And there you can primarily see blue heron and the great egret. There's more birds there now than there were before Hurricane Harvey. There are also tours in the area you can take to go see whooping cranes. Also close by the rookery is the giant crab sculpture. The original crab sculpture was destroyed during Hurricane Harvey. I've got a picture of it here. And then the city decided to go ahead and replace it and spent $20,000 on the new crab, which is here. And a lot of people are upset because it's not as good as the first crab was, and people think it was a waste of money. The first time I came through Rockport was in 2017. This was prior to Hurricane Harvey. So now that I've been back there afterwards, there are a lot of new buildings in town that weren't there previously. One place that you can stop and find out what all's going on is stop at the Visitor Center there on Austin Avenue. That's a good place to pick up information. There are several fishing companies that you can get excursions for. Go out, catch black or red drum, flounder, spotted sea trout. I had a really good fish fry while I was there. They also have one of the best beaches in Texas. It costs $10 to park there for the day. I haven't been on it yet, but it looks wonderful. Then if you drive about 15 minutes away to Goose Island State Park, it is the oldest tree in the U.S. It's called the Big Tree and is estimated to be over 1,000 years old. And there's also another really old oak tree there called the Zachary Taylor Oak that is in the city of Rockport. Zachary Taylor camped out here with his army during the Mexican-American Civil War. He had several famous second lieutenants that were under him, including Ulysses S. Grant, Stonewall Jackson, Robert E. Lee, and William Tecumseh Sherman. And this tree is at the corner of Bay Street and South Pearl. Next, I'm going to talk about the restaurants in town. There's lots of great places to eat. The first night I was there recently, I went to the Boiling Pot, which does boil and bag seafood and is absolutely delicious. You can also go to the S.R. Boyle House. You can order Bloody Mary there that has a pork chop in it, so not only is a drink, it's your meal. There's the Mermaid's Kitchen that I ate at. Benchwarmers, Hudot, good place to watch a sporting event. Got lots of televisions and really good Asian food. If you're looking for breakfast tacos, you can go to Rosito's Taco Shop. There's usually a line there in the morning that you can order, and great tacos. And the last place I'm going to recommend is Fulton's Irish Pub and Grill. Got some great shepherd's pie there. There's also some great seafood stores. Flowers Shrimp Market will let you go get fresh caught shrimp from the day. There's also Albie's Seafood, which has a lot of options in it. And there's a brand new H-E-B built in town. I was quite fortunate when I came through in 2017 that I got there on the weekend of the Fulton Oyster Fest. Was a very delicious decision to stop and get oysters there. So that's coming up in March, and if you have a chance, definitely go check it out. Okay, here we are at the Rockport RV Resort. This resort was bought by my friend about a year ago, and he invited me to come down for New Year's Eve. They have 48 RV sites. One half have been upgraded to 50 amp circuits and city sewer. The other half I'm sure will be upgraded sometime in the future. They have one log cabin that you can rent out. There are 2 bed and breakfast rentals that you can rent. All 3 of those are listed on Airbnb. They have quite a bit of entertainment to do. They've got cornhole out in front of the clubhouse. They do karaoke. They have a bingo night. They have a pool table inside, as well as having a swimming pool. So you have lots of things to entertain you. They also have a huge dog run on the front of the park. So if you have dogs, you have a place you can take them. They have brand new laundry machines as well as showers. And I've been very fortunate to say, been down here for Thanksgiving and New Year's. They always have some sort of potluck for the holidays. Very family-oriented atmosphere, great place to be. Every morning, if you want, they have free coffee up at the clubhouse. You can hang out there with the other guests and talk about things to do and what's going on in the world. I know there have been some people that have been coming here for almost 14 years. So a lot of long-term winter Texans. So definitely come check it out. Other than that, thank you very much for staying to the end of my video. If you like what I'm doing, please hit the like button and subscribe. And other than that, have a great day.